Don't get coronavirus in your heart. What comments?
A comment on YouTube.
Oh, on our shit?
Yeah, we got a recent comment.
Well, that guy, so I looked through his videos. He has a video series where he shows people how to use YouTube. He shows people how to get likes. I went through his channels. He has like 200,000 subscriptions.
So what are you trying to say? We don't get likes?
Pretty much.
Wow.
No, he didn't say that. He just said, oh yeah, good content. And that was pretty much the extent of the comment. But then I went through his channels. He has like 3 channels, and all the channels are like, oh yeah, this is how you do this. And he'll usually have him playing a video game in the background. And he'll just talk about how to, make a video, or how to get likes, or how to do whatever. His name's Tim.
Shit, speaking of which, I gotta...
From the camera.
Oh.
I got out the screen. Just saying, you're good. You're good where you are.
Yeah.
But, just saying, be a little conscious of that.
Yeah. Shit, speaking of, I gotta make videos from practice. From my education practice.
Practice?
You talking practice?
Practice?
Yeah, I make a video detailing the lessons that I went over for the week and send them out to the kids who couldn't access tech. So they can watch on their tech that they can't access.
Yo, so what the fuck? Is it just like little kids bugging out on your fucking thing, son?
Oh, they were dancing. That's our free time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you gotta watch them during lunch?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. Not during lunch, but they leave the camera on so that they don't have to sign off and then figure out a way to sign out.
Oh, okay. I figured your kids are young.
Yeah, I got 4 and 5-year-olds. Well, one of them just turned 5, so shout out to her. So I have 2 more 4-year-olds left, and they won't have their birthdays because the coronavirus says no. It says no to birthdays.
Then your birthday's in November, right?
I'm good.
Mine's in June.
Oh no, that's like flu season.
Yeah, it'll be back.
That's Corona season.
Yeah, it'll
November?
be back.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it's gonna start back up.
Yeah, they're saying that they expect this to be like a seasonal thing. I think we said this before.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense.
They just gotta get the cure, right?
Yeah, son, I've been I've been trolling some people in one of my group chats because now they're pulling some off the wall conspiracy bullshit.
What, that it was a 5G?
Yo, what
It's
the fuck
5G
is with this 5G shit?
The 5G online gave it.
The
5G Wi-Fi.
It's like, yo, they're getting tight, and they call me like the what is it? The evidence police, because now they're getting fucking out of hand. Because there was some shit. Someone was saying some shit about what is it? Vaccines giving you autism and all this other shit. And they specifically were like, oh, it says it on the CDC website. Check it. So I was like, proof. And and then he was like, nah, man, you gotta go read that yourself. This and that. So I just went on the website and on the CDC website, and it said
the exact
opposite.
opposite.
It said the exact opposite. So I took a snapshot and I put it in. And I'm like, whatever. And then, they got tight. And I was like, nah, man, y'all got to start bringing evidence. Like, there's always shit that is like, whatever. But like, that was getting ridiculous. So and then there was another thing where they were talking about, oh no, the reason you ain't getting in Florida is because the heat kills it, all this other shit. I started trolling him, son. I started trolling him hard. I was like, bro, you talking mad shit. But then he saw a video after that contradicted what he said, and he was like, nah, you were right. I was talking bullshit. I didn't know. So, and I was like, at least he admitted it.
You remember when he said,
but then the 5G, son, they're not letting that shit go.
So he takes the opinion of the last video he's seen?
Basically.
Maybe. He or she.
He's fluid.
Oh.
He's fluid. He goes back and forth with his decisions.
With his
but there's
opinion fluid.
Because then the 5G shit is ridiculous. Because they said, Wuhan was the first place to get 5G. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's not. It's in a whole bunch of places. And I was like, do you guys not know how radio waves work in the body? Because I don't see why you would say that. And then they started sending me a video where it's like, so there's like dead animals around and shit like that. And then there's towers. And I'm just like, at least you sent me a video. And then, this is another one. And this is, I know they're clearly just reading the headlines, which I'm not going to pretend like I didn't do that before, but I stopped.
Corona Chronicles.
Because I don't want to look like a fool. So one of them just shared a link that was just like, Vodafone ex-executive says something about 5G. And when you go to click on it, it's like a video.
Yeah.
That's nothing. It's just like, oh, it's been taken down. And then there's like, that's proof enough. So then
what?
So then I was like, let me just Google this. And then I find another video and I'm like, is this the video? And they're like, and he's like, I don't know. I didn't look at it. And I'm just like, I just LOL. Son. I was like, these
people don't want to read, man. You can get anybody to believe anything if they don't want to read after.
Son, the 5G shit. But the thing is that the internet, you can find whatever you want. You want to believe coffee's a killer? You can find that. You want to believe coffee's like the elixir to immortality? You'll find that shit. You'll find anything you want in the internet. Anything, bro.
The internet will tell you anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't believe the internet.
The internet is very seductive. Whispers in your ears, whatever the fuck you want to believe.
They're demons.
I think it just goes into the fact that people want an explanation for things, and people...
They just want answers. They don't want the
People
truth.
can't accept the fact...
Gosh, you
You're
drunk?
spilling your vodka.
You drunk?
People can't accept the fact that we don't have an explanation for lots of things. And the more we know, the more we realize we don't know, and people have a hard time accepting that. Like when something happens, they need an explanation. And
think about how frequently germs have actually molded our history. The bubonic plague.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the majority of us
9/11.
are germs. Like we have billions of germs in us right now. We couldn't survive without germs.
Yo, you know? So I don't know if I mentioned this before, but bats are fucking flying rats, son. Apparently,
but they're cute.
The big ones are like flying dogs. the fruit bats.
Yeah, have y'all heard about the animals that are like coming out of the endangered?
Because no one's out hunting them
because nobody's outside anymore. So the animals are like, oh,
we're back.
I heard there's whales in the Hudson. Nah, but I heard the animals are like coming out slowly because it's like there's nobody outside.
Whales in the Hudson?
Whales in the Hudson.
Oh, okay.
Nah, but that shit is crazy.
Yo, if this shit does come back though, seasonal, I wonder how like this is gonna have a huge effect on like flying and just traveling in general. Like,
it's gonna slow shit
I
down.
can't see like I feel like mad people are just not gonna travel for like mad long.
Yeah, because when like the flu became a thing, like people weren't traveling. Like people didn't have access to.
Oh, the flu slowed down people traveling too. Oh, when it became a thing back.
When it became a thing,
Gotcha.
it's like
influenza.
You know, and now we have the ability to like sort of mitigate it, but still something like 60 million people catch it a year and
die. 40,000 die or something like that.
Yeah. But I think that might I don't know if that's worldwide or just in America alone. Like just the 40,000 stat. But it's crazy. It just reminds us that we're still people and we're still susceptible to the world.
No matter who you are.
Despite the fact that we have internet and Xbox Live.
The viruses don't choose based off your bank account or your fame.
They choose you. They just choose you.
They just go through you. It don't matter who you are, no matter what color you are.
I choose you.
Yep.
These viruses are taking people out, man.
Nah, it's crazy. Y'all saw that fucking alert that happened like earlier today?
No, I thought it was an Amber Alert.
Yeah,
I was like, who got
too.
kidnapped? Then no, it's just
like who's out here not social distancing, and then. That shit happened, and that shit got me a little shook.
What exactly did it say?
It just said
it asked for healthcare workers.
Yeah,
like if you're a registered healthcare workers, we need more healthcare workers. But it was sent like an Amber Alert on the phones. So people are desperate. It's funny. New Orleans is now the hotbed. Like on a per capita basis, their death rate is twice New York City now.
Oh,
like per capita.
Happened. I remember you talking about the last podcast.
Yeah.
And that was before the wave happened. But
but now per capita is double and it's going to get worse.
Shit.
And a lot of it has to do with the fact that A, Mardi Gras, B, they weren't taking social distancing as seriously as we were here.
Right.
Like you still see people out and about here and there, but like on the grand scale of things, New York hasn't been taking it pretty serious. And a lot of New Yorkers are already kind of like stick to themselves anyway. So
yeah, we don't really fuck with each other.
Yeah, I don't think it was too hard, but especially down south, it's like different culture, a lot more hands-on, a lot more, So it's real bad down there. It's only going to get worse because people came back from Cancun on spring break, went to Cancun. 17 of them had coronavirus. People coming back from Florida spring break, coronavirus. Mm-hmm. It's people didn't take that shit seriously. You had politicians all over the place saying that, oh yeah, can't infringe on our rights. This is,
Cuomo's
you can't shut shit down. Yeah.
Cuomo's brother caught that.
You think that's why they took away spring break from New York teachers?
Because his brother got it.
Because of spring break? Because people acting up?
I fucking hope not.
I feel like that's it.
That'll be a shit.
I feel like the only reason they were like, yeah, I can't work during spring break is so you wouldn't travel 100%.
I mean, I think a lot of people wouldn't travel at this point anyway. I mean, a lot of people don't even have jobs anymore. I think now 6 million people applied for unemployment in like 2 weeks. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I have a few siblings that are like trying to, and it's just the system. It's just down. They try calling, they try the internet, and they've just been trying all week, and they can't even like sign up for that shit, son.
Flooded. And they're sending out emails encouraging people, oh yeah, unemployment, extra $600. So I think like July 31st or some shit like that, or June, whatever. Mm-hmm. But you can't even fucking sign up. You can't call. You can't, It's rough, but it's definitely a wake-up call for people who don't have their house in order, people who, just didn't take things seriously.
Well, it's not a wake-up call for companies because they don't have to have savings, right?
A lot of companies are going to go out of business. A lot of companies are already going out of business.
A lot of the mom and pop stores are getting shut down.
Yeah, a lot of business. I mean, what they're doing is that they're giving out loans. So I think on one loan you get a $10,000 loan up front, and you could use it for like payroll, just keeping your doors open, and they also have the CARES Act that I think they did like $350 billion for small businesses. Mm-hmm. So you get to take out loans, but a lot of them aren't loans; they're really just grants. So if you use it within their parameters, you don't necessarily have to pay it back. Mm-hmm. But there's going to be lots of ins and outs. There's going to be lots of fraud. There's going to be all types of things.
The fraud is coming in waves.
Yeah, the fraud is coming.
But I mean, I think that's the least of the problems. It's just a matter of getting out help as quick as possible. It's crazy. It's crazy how it's going to affect the world, especially business-wise. Like, so much of business, even though we're like connected to the internet, so much of it is being able to go place to place, supply chain, things like that.
That's probably why the corner stores are closed. Not the corner stores, the liquor stores are closed.
Yeah, the liquor stores, man. A bunch of them. I went through a journey earlier today just to get alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them
I had to travel mad far to get a bottle, and I'm like, bro.
Yo, I was somewhere earlier today, mm-hmm. and there's like a food co-op. Literally, the line was going around the entire city block. Mm-hmm. The entire city block, because I was going down one street, made a left, made a right, and then I saw on the other side, it went around 360 degrees. That's insane, because they were social distancing, so they were like 6 feet apart. It literally, like, imagine, like, the line ends where the door is, and you have to go around the whole fucking block just to get in and get. Yeah, just to get groceries. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, that's the one thing. Like, I went to Food Town inside of the line, and like, I go literally today. I was at the store before they even opened the fucking supermarket, mm-hmm. and I'm there waiting. And like when I go in, there's like literally like 2 other people in the thing. That's when you got to do it. That's when, like we always just shot
early bird, man.
in
just
the morning.
Go early as fuck.
And I don't even get why. Like I would just imagine more people would be up on it, like just being up early and just going. It's like a lot of you either working remotely or don't have a job. Like the fuck,
just wake the fuck up.
Yeah, just go.
Even with the liquor store, like, cause I accidentally, like last week when I went, it was packed. Like this week today, I went in the morning. Like I was just there when they were opening, and I was like, just to get that shit out the way, like. And son, it's just like I see my other friends like in our chat, they're talking about like lines and shit out the ass, like not being able to find stuff, and it's
because you're going at noon when everyone decides
when everybody else is there.
Like, I'm really more worried about like being like I'm trying to go as little as possible to supermarkets and stuff like that because that's where I feel the most exposed.
I feel like
that's like where the most hands-on shit.
People,
right,
son.
Right.
And like I go in there looking like a fucking Fallout character, gloves. I take all my shit. I come in. I spray myself, and I take all my shit off downstairs, and then I'm like, I spray it all.
Yeah.
They got me paranoid now.
The register at the supermarket by y'all, they have like a glass window with a little tiny
yeah,
last
I think this other one here. Don't say the names. I don't want people finding out where the good supermarkets are. But this one's mad small and it's always way more packed and way more expensive.
Yeah,
it's not expensive.
But there's a target demographic for that, and it's hipsters.
Yeah, specifically, that's why I look like that.
Yeah. But we're lucky because
100%.
The shit is always. I mean, well, A, we get up early, and B, is always stocked. I think it's probably because we just go and get our business done. Shit is always stocked. We don't have to worry about like
a line. I keep telling you,
I'm drunk off water, bro. Rona.
Gosh, yo.
Animal. Yeah.
But besides that, I'm just trying to think.
Binge watching. They dropped Ozark season 3.
I haven't watched Ozark, and I heard that shit is phenomenal.
Ozark is really good. You should try it. If you do Ozark, I'll do Westworld.
Fine.
I watched the Chris Benoit documentary.
Oh yeah,
the 2-part documentary.
Yeah, watching that shit.
Holy
I watched
shit!
The other part.
It's good, but it's sad, and it's like usually there's a happy ending even after like a depressing sort of thing. It's like most people know the story.
There's no happy ending.
Oh my god, no! Like the shit ended way worse than. Yeah, no, the shit ended worse. Like over. Like it was crazy, but it was really good. It was just.
Did y'all see the tiger guy?
I haven't seen.
I tried. I got 2 minutes into it, and then I was like,
That just seems like a crazy white people documentary.
It is. It's based on a true story.
I don't know, man. I'm not too. Maybe I don't know.
Someone sent me a meme and was like compared them to like a game. Like I don't watch Game of Thrones, but they compared all the characters to the Game of Thrones character. Because they're like, this is just redneck Game of Thrones with tigers.
There was one video with the girl, Carol or whatever, and she's recording herself while her husband's in the background yelling for the police in a tiger cage.
What?
Yeah, apparently she killed her husband. It's the craziest. This shit is crazy.
Okay, I gotta watch it. I'm gonna have to watch it. Okay, never mind.
Today, that's crazy. Right after this shit.
Yeah.
It sounds fucking crazy.
That's
wow.
They both own zoos or something, or tiger pits, something like that.
Yeah, I just saw the preview where there's like, I don't know, he looked like a Southeast Asian Thai guy or something, and his arm was severed. It's in the preview. Yeah, he was just laying there, and then his arm, they like blurred it out, but you could clearly see his arm in one place and him in another place. And then they're like, oh my God, we gotta call. And he was like so calm. He's like, you good? He's like, yeah, whatever. It's like he just accepted what happened. He's like, fuck, man.
Another part of the documentary shows like how he was, because the main character is gay, and he was like preying on like prisoners that just come out of jail and got nowhere to go. He was preying on like meth addicts. Like he was just kind of like, even some dudes was like, I'm not even gay. I just need a place to stay. And he was like just using them,
taking advantage.
And he was like, yeah, sure you're not.
And he was just fucking them.
You are now.
Well then.
And then he married 2 dudes at the same time. Like he had a wedding with 2 dudes.
What?
You got.
Oh yeah, we gotta watch it.
Yeah, no, this shit sounds fucking. We need a 30-minute episode about that shit.
It sounds like someone just took the plot of mad fucking stories and just mashed it.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking crazy.
I wonder if they even know how crazy their life is.
And it's quote unquote a true story. And it's like these people are still.
Yeah, it's true. It's like
chilling.
Even with documentaries, you don't know. Even when they interview people may have like an incentive to
you don't know if it's really
embellish or just make shit up to make it more entertaining. So I always have to try to decipher like how much of this is like sensationalist, like this happened, but did it really happen like that, or
it's from the same people that made the Fire Fest documentary.
Oh, okay.
Which one? There's 2.
I'm assuming the Netflix one.
It was the Netflix one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a.
Yeah, I seen them both. They were both good, but they were different. But yeah, I like that documentary too. Fucking Ja Rule.
I've been watching. I haven't finished the Super Size Me 2 one, where he goes through the process of like opening up a chicken sandwich
joint.
Joint.
Oh.
And he goes through like what he had to do to like become a chicken farmer and stuff like that. And he goes through like there's one specific rule where he was like, how do I make my thing sound? So it's just like essentially he got approached by I think an advertisement agency where they kind of take advantage of people that essentially became famous because he became famous because of the first Super Size movie. Yeah, and they kind of take people who are very
Morgan
recognized.
Spurlock, that guy.
They take people that are like very recognized from something, and they see and they try to use your fame, but apparently they're well known for expecting or what is it? Anticipating trends. Whether they're anticipating or creating, through manipulation is one thing. But it's interesting because they record meetings he has with them, and it's just the language. So one of the things that I remember distinctively was when they were talking about the definition of healthy. Mm-hmm. And then they were like, how do you make it? Yeah, what is healthy? Where it's like, healthy has changed. Before, healthy was about calories. Right. Now, healthy, it doesn't matter the calories. It's more about the ingredients. So I thought that was kind of interesting because it's true. Because we
flip it on somebody.
Yeah, but it's just like, what does healthy mean, right? Because healthy is just a word, but it's everything has a cultural relevance to it, right? So it's so it's just gonna change over time. Mm-hmm. So that was really, really interesting when they were talking about that because it's like it's true. It felt kind of manipulative in a sense. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing that I remember is when he became a chicken farmer, and just the
they get taken advantage of so bad.
Chicken farmers.
Yeah.
They have to pay for everything, bro. It's like you have to go through. You have to first find somebody that's willing to sell you like the chicks and shit like that, and that's like a crazy fucking process. And him being a documentary person, like he tried to call a few banks, and they knew his name, and they were like, nah. Yeah. They're like, you doing the documentary? You that documentary guy, aren't you? He's like, yeah. He's like, they're like, I'm gonna call you back. They didn't fucking call him back. But the thing about the chicken farm stuff was that with the free range stuff. Yeah. So it was just like when they looked into the laws, free range really only means that you have to have your like an opening for the chickens to go out. So what he did is that he literally just opened the doors and put like a wire fence, like a little bit outside, literally like the size of this shit.
Oh, so they can't really go
they don't even have to go out. You don't have to force them to go out. You just have to have that opening, and then you're free range and stuff like that. And then they went into like the whole thing about like the types of chicken. So the chicken that everybody buys is that I forgot the exact name of it, but it's that white chicken.
Genetic one?
It's one that's specifically
steroid chicken.
It's one that's specifically bred right in order to grow. Yeah, the ones that look like that, the ones that are sold everywhere. But it's the thing is that everybody buys it from the same people. Like the source of breeding comes in the same exact people.
One person.
So it's just like it doesn't matter how you see it, where you see it. It's the same type of chicken. But you could imagine it might be. The quality might be slightly different depending upon how it's raised. Right. But essentially, they break that part that it's like exactly the same type of chicken. They kind of put that law on blast that it's complete bullshit. Right. But I think we all kind of know, right, that it's like we don't know what laws get passed and stuff like that. We don't know any of the fucking laws and why. And that's like intentional. It's just like I think when we think about laws, we assume they're going to be laws that are the right thing, right? And they're with the intention of being as fair or as good to everybody, but it's really never like that, right? Never. It's always I'm gonna change the rules to make them loose enough so I can benefit, right? And then as long as you make sure nobody else finds out about that, then it doesn't matter because we all always assume. And like when I'm trying to think about like me having to look up a law, like I'd have to. Right now, I have no clue what I would do besides go to Google and start looking up what are the laws for but it's just like. How many of us really know, like, when we need to know something legally, how we going to go about that shit?
Only when you start Googling and shit.
I mean, even if you do find it, a lot of it is, in legalese.
Boring-ass language.
Hard to understand, or there could be, there's like, I forgot exactly what, but they were talking to, it was a talk about, like, talking to the police, and it was a person that used to work in the U.S. Justice Department, and he was saying we have like our list of laws, just federal laws, not to mention state or local or county or whatever, just federal laws. There's like thousands of pages, like there's no one person that knows anywhere near all the laws. It's just like they just stack things on top of each other.
So you don't have to sift through it and try to read it and shit.
Well, yeah. You just make a law, and then you hope that it doesn't conflict with a law, or you make a law to simply just negate another law, and you're just throwing stuff on top of each other. You're not,
And if you convolute it enough, nobody's going to sit there and go through it unless they really want to.
I mean, someone will.
Someone will.
But like they have to be motivated.
Right. I forgot who did this. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this thing called Git. It's a. I'm only bringing it up.
GitHub.
or just the technology Git or GitHub. But it's like it's a source control thing. So like essentially say you have a document which is words on it, and they did this with I think it was with the Declaration of Independence or the amendments or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but somebody did it where they had the amendments reflect like what actual changes are in history, so that you can see how it changes, because it's just like that Git technology is really about tracking changes to a document. It doesn't matter what the words are; it's just how you track changes to a document. So somebody did that, and I think that's pretty fucking cool, because then you can see how it changes, as opposed to getting something now and it's just like, why did this even fucking change, or why is this there?
Yeah,
that shit is crazy.
America. Or pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
Like America is just unique in the sense that we have like state laws, local laws, and there's just like all these laws that you could walk a mile that way and the set of laws are different. It's just weird. I don't think most other countries are like that.
I don't think so either.
Particularly in like European countries are like that. Like the law is the law pretty much everywhere. Like you may have some quirks, but like they don't have states like we do. We
have countries.
There's just countries that are basically states.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because
the United European Nation.
Talking to people from Europe, they're like, if you drive 3 miles in one direction, you're in another country. Sometimes lesser. Where in America, you could drive 3 days and you're still in America.
You're still in Virginia.
Yeah. Right. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Long ass fucking states, man. Having to drive through them shits.
Yo. Try driving in California. That shit is...
Oh man, that's further. We did
Florida.
From New York?
From PA.
No, from PA.
When we were it was me, Billiam, Ed Boy, and Drew.
When y'all went to spring break, right?
Yeah.
Cause you had it wasn't Airbnb back then. What was it?
Timeshare.
Didn't Jen go? Jen went too, right?
Nah,
it was just y'all four guys.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was chill. It wasn't like wild, None of us are like wild. We chilled. We went out a few times. We just drank. Honestly, it was more like
bro time.
It was more like a legit vacation. You feel me? Because
the place had jacuzzis and pools.
So we went to the steam room. We was chilling.
So it was like legit. Yeah. Fucking resort type thing.
I had some friends from Tampa that came down, and my mom came down too. She cooked for us one day.
That's what's up. I think the furthest I've driven from PA is North Carolina. Yeah. That was a long drive. I went to some shit called OBX.
What's that?
Outer Banks Community or some shit like that. That was interesting. It was like a really big house. And we all shacked up with our significant others at the time. And kind of just stayed with them. That's when we learned who you get tired of really quickly and who you can deal with in situations like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the coronavirus where you have to sit with your significant other for a long time.
Yeah.
It was probably one of the few times I've sat with my girlfriend at that time for a really, really long period of time. Just like, and I was like, boy, I don't even want to have sex anymore. Like that was the only time I was like, there's horny, and I'm just not it. Like, I thought I was a horny guy.
College horny.
I'm not horny. Yeah, it's very different. I was like, I am not horny. Like I thought I was, but I do not want sex enough to have it 4 or 5 times. Like through the day, I can give you about a 1, but like after that, it's like, come on, like don't touch me. So then we were in that house for 5 days, and I think by day 2,
you were over it.
Yeah, a lot of people you can tell couldn't. I wasn't as bad as others.
Let's swap.
I wasn't right. Like yo, let's just switch, guys.
Switch.
I wasn't as bad as others, but some people just got real tired of their significant other. Other people who came there single were like kind of edging in on other people's relationships, like people cheated.
That's
mierda,
reality show.
Yeah, it was literally a reality show. What happens if you put
real world
a whole bunch of people in a fucking house and just let them play around?
A bunch of college horny people.
Yeah, it was bad. By like day 4 or 5, we all kind of just wasn't really talking to each other like that. Like everybody was ready to go. Nobody wanted to have a conversation. I kind of rekindled with the person I was with because we actually had a conversation about like what it means to be in each other's space and decided to like separate and enjoy everybody else's company and then come back. But other people kind of like fully broke up. They just couldn't make it through, man.
That's good.
They couldn't make it through.
That's good.
It was a good social experiment.
They found out what they don't want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that is the thing. If you can't shack up with someone for at least a little bit, then it's like, damn, like.
You'd be surprised. There's some people who just can't do it with anybody. Like fuck one
that is true.
specific person. There's people who just
I'm trying to
can't
think
deal
of
with
anybody that I've like dated that's been like that.
But I doubt when you dated them, you had to like sit in the room with that, just them and just be for mad long. I'm talking like 4 or 5 days straight. Nothing else.
You've never like stayed vacation with like
4 or 5 days? Nah. I set my shit short. Give me 3 days with you. What time's our flight?
No.
Where we going? I can't. I enjoy my space so much, bro, that I don't know if I can.
I could do it, but
I need a secondary room or something.
But at some point, my mind would have to block out the other person. Like, you could physically be in my space. I don't care. But it's like, if you're constantly like... And there's nothing wrong with, like, chiming in, chiming out, chiming in, chiming out.
Hey, so what you doing? What's that? What are you reading?
Yeah, exactly.
Can we read together? Let's read together and talk about it.
I've never had anyone. I don't know. Maybe do I scare people? Like
no
one's ever been like that.
No, that's good. I mean, that means either you beat them and they're scared of you, or you choose well. Like either one.
Choose well.
And probably both. But
I, on the other hand, nah. That was at one time. After that, I learned that I can't deal with people, and I just figured out how to space myself on my own. With not only my words, but just straight out, just removing myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I had to learn that to myself. Like, yo, I really can't deal with somebody as long as I thought I could.
It's just certain people, too.
I'm also a single child, so, well, quote unquote.
I just don't like when people feel like they have to be interested what you're interested in. If you know they're not even a little bit
leave
tuned
me alone.
in,
let me
it's
fuck
like
with it by
you
myself.
don't have to. Hey, what you watching? What game you playing? It's like I know for a fact you do not care about any of this stuff because the one time I tried to bring you in, you were just like, whatever. So it's like it's not even worth it. It is good though if you could put someone on like that. That happens sometimes. It's like they'll interject and then they find out they like something, or maybe they just like you enough and they'll just pretend. But like,
which is fucked up.
Yeah, it is fucked up.
You're faking it.
Don't
like this shit because just don't. You don't fuck with it. Don't fuck with it.
I just think it's okay.
I'm not gonna fuck with your shit.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna watch none of your shit.
I just think it's okay to not be into the same shit as the person that you're with. Like, it's very okay. It's actually sometimes
Bring two
it's
separate
better.
Streets together and make it
exactly. Like, I just think that's weird. Like, it's cool if they do something interesting and you want to find out more about it and you're generally whatever, but some people just feel like they have to be tuned in.
Do y'all know or remember of any couples in college that registered for all the classes together?
Nah.
Oh, I didn't even.
That would be so.
That's fucking nuts.
That would be so creepy.
I didn't even know what classes. I didn't talk to people about school when I was in school.
I just feel like there's.
I didn't talk about what classes you taking. What I didn't ever talk.
That's probably
about
why
that.
it took so long because I didn't really talk. Nobody really supported my dreams.
I ain't ever talked about that.
I didn't really have college conversations. Nobody was like, "Yo, how did class go?" It was like, "Yo,
yeah, what class are you taking this semester?"
He was like, "Yo, you scheduled for classes? All right, cool. Let's get drunk."
Yeah,
it wasn't really much of a. Let's get the same.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that exists somewhere.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I was just thinking that's like the ultimate like.
That's too much, bro.
The ultimate like crazy boyfriend girlfriend. Let's do all our classes together.
What's the craziest like boyfriend girlfriend thing you ever done? I got a tattoo of my ex's name on my. Now I'm playing. I ain't gonna fucking tattoo. Fuck that. Live together. That's the craziest thing I did.
I think just getting back with an ex for a bit, that was a crazy.
Oh, getting back with the ex? Damn.
Yeah.
That's like the only time I was like, damn, I already knew this was the first time, and it was just like
came back.
Right back. I was just like, oh, nah, I got worn down. I got worn down. It was like, why? Because we were hooking up, but we weren't together still, and it was like, and then it was just like
that's the best
wearing down
space.
And then I was just like, I was like, you know what?
But that's always how it happens, especially if you had a relationship. It always goes like they slowly grow up.
It's either you kind of hook up and then separate, or you hook up and then get back together. Like there's no third option.
Yeah, and you just gotta be, and it's really hard to be that, like in a regular situation, you'll just be like, okay, this is what it is. But if it's someone that you care about or have cared about, at one point, it's super hard to be blunt.
Yeah, it's hard
like that.
Because you still care about their feelings and what you say.
Yeah, and it sucks because at some point it ends up being that for however many whatever. It's just like, yeah, it's just not working. But like, it's hard in the moment to like check it. Or sometimes it doesn't even explicitly come up. It's just like, it just happens. It's just there.
I just had that sit down on a random Wednesday. Like, so, I hate your head. Like, I really hate you. Did you ever think about that? Yeah, just dive into that shit. Those conversations are like nerve wracking. You ever got told some shit and you was like, damn, you really felt that way?
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of anything. Looking at them
like, damn, like
I remember some chick that I was talking to. She was like, that she didn't want to talk to me. She was like, you never like upset about anything. Like you're always like in a good mood. And I was like, I got nothing to complain about. Like,
yeah, I've heard that complaint before.
That's like, weird. They were like, yeah, like you're never like in a bad mood, even when things that like are like you don't really get upset. And I was just like, you want me to get pissed? Like you want me to fucking rage?
You know what I got hit with one time? She said, you use everybody around you and you just don't know it yet. And I was like, what? I was like, do I? Like, she was like, think about all your friends. You use them. You use everybody. Nothing you do is for the benefit of others. And I was like, yo.
That sounds like a speech she was saving for a while. So like, I can't wait.
Bro, she fucked my head up. First off, I don't usually let shit like that bother me, but I had to ask all my friends. I was like, yo, bro, you feel like I use you? Like, come on, tell me. Like, I had to fill up with everybody. Like, yo,
that's
me.
fucking
Do
funny.
I use you? That shit fucked me up. But aside from that, I don't think I've ever been like told about myself. That one hit because I was sitting there like, damn, do I? Like, do I do it and not know? But all my friends said, nah, I don't really.
Yeah.
I don't really use them.
Damn, I'm trying to think of anything.
It's way easier for me to be told about myself than to tell someone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just like your dad.
You've been told several times. I feel like you've been told several times.
Just like your mom.
It depends. It depends. It doesn't
depend. Either you've been told or you haven't.
If he's been told what?
I've been told different things by different people.
Give me the best one or the worst one.
Which is the best one?
The best / worst. Give me a second. I'm trying to, because I'm thinking of one. I'm thinking of one particular situation where it was like the hardest like conversation I've ever had to have. But I'm trying to recall exactly how it happened because it was just a fucking. It was a weird ass day because a lot of things unrelated to that happened that same day. So I'm trying to pull the exact words out. I
don't think this is my fault. I can't stop laughing. I'm thinking about high school and how when I went to school in Florida, I didn't start school for like a few weeks. But my brother went to school and like that's when social media like MySpace was picking up. So a lot of people were hitting me up and stuff like that. So I got catfished by a few people. And I just remember when I finally started school and I saw them and I just
You tore them apart?
No, I didn't say anything. I just kept walking, and then they hit me up, and then they were like, "Yo, why didn't you say I know you saw me. This isn't that. What happened? I was like, damn. I was like, yo, I didn't see you, bro. Like, my fault. It's new to school. You didn't look like your picture. You didn't look like your picture.
There was one dude in my high school.
That's a good way to tell him the truth. But yeah,
look like
there was this one dude in my high school who used to make fake profiles of women, and then hit on other men to see what their responses are. Thinking about it now, that's weird as fuck.
Was he doing
Somebody did that to somebody on my crew.
Was he doing it?
Gas. They were like, yeah, yo.
Was he doing it to troll or was he doing it because he's creepy?
I think it's creepy no matter if you're trolling.
It is creepy, but
it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like, bro.
I mean, it's kind of funny, but it's like when you just think about someone thinking about it and then actually doing it and then coming up with the profiles and then actually having the back and forth.
Looking up women's pictures and thinking like, yo, he would like her.
That's crazy.
He was like, this is his type. Let me go hit him up.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Yeah, what's up, Shane? I'm talking about you, bro.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I remember one of my boys, this girl was talking to him and like, I think never sent a picture. Was just like, yo, let's link up. I got a friend from my friend because that's how I ended up there. And then she was like telling him she was gonna buy him a PSP, all this other shit. I don't know why the fuck we believed that shit. So I just remember being at 42nd, just waiting for these two girls to link up, and it was just like 30 minutes later, maybe even an hour. Because we're in high school. Yeah. We were like, I was like, bro, let's get the fuck out of here. So we just got fucking trolled.
Yeah. I remember my first time getting stood up. I was going to this girl who was quote unquote my girlfriend, right? It was like middle school. And I know exactly when it was because I was going to see Lilo and Stitch. I was going to go ahead and see Lilo and Stitch. So I'm waiting outside the movie theater. This is back when KP still had King's Plaza still had a movie theater and shit like that. So I'm just waiting. And I'm like, yep. Definitely got stuff. So I just went in the movie, just sat and just watched the movie. I was scared the fuck out.
I mean, it was a good movie.
Because I sat upset because I was like, fucking Kurt. I'm not gonna not watch the movie. So I just sat there, and this little girl looking at me like, yo, you like 14, bro. Why you watching this G-rated movie? The only reason I was gonna go see it was because the girl wanted to go see it.
I think the hardest thing. So I got it now. So there's this girl I was dating years back, and the thing is that she was kind of an asshole. Not to me, but to like service staff, things like that. Mm-hmm. And I noticed one time we went out and we went to like an Italian restaurant. It wasn't like upscale, but it was decent enough.
Asked for no fucking pickles.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that bad. But she was like very short, very short, very curt, saying, "I want this, I want that," like just being very snippy. And then I saw it a couple other times, so.
It was building up inside you.
So at that time, that it was mainly that. It was mainly that and also the fact that I don't know. This could be speculation, but like this person, she was like very active on social media, very pretty, always putting herself out there, and it looked like she had all these friends and
she
whatever.
Didn't.
Oh my god, it was sad. It was sad. It was sad. It's like she really.
You know who you are.
You know who you are.
She really didn't have a lot going on and in that regard. And it was sad because I could kind of see why it was like that. She was very smart. She had a very high opinion of herself, but like I could just tell she rubbed people the wrong way.
So how did the conversation go?
So here's what happened, right? I went
out. No pickles in his fucking ice cream. Get that shit out.
So it was weird. So we were just chilling, and I had it in my head. I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna break." Like I ran through all sorts of scenarios, and I was thinking about, "Oh, if she says this, I'm gonna say that. If she says that, I'm gonna say that." So I was playing chess in my head. I was like, "All right, I'm good." And then I get there. And then she's being like really affectionate, really nice, and then I'm just like, she's just being really sweet, like just really nice, like way nice, and it's almost as if she was in my head. She's like, yeah, like she was countering my shit.
It's like checkmate.
And then what I wanted to be like a 5-minute conversation turned into like an hour and a half. Fucking,
was it at the restaurant?
Roast fest? The roast of
no. It wasn't a roast. It wasn't a roast, but it was me.
You bitch ass.
Trying, I said what I said, but I tried to like dance around it so hard. Like, you're just an asshole. Use a
lot of no, like,
it depends. It depends.
Like, no, don't explain. You're like,
it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. But it was just me expressing concerns, and then she was just like, oh, but this and that, and then the conversation would take like a huge sort of detour to like things that are going on in her life, and I'm like, fuck, now I feel bad.
This is going.
So now it's even harder
because she used her life as a reason to be an asshole.
So it wasn't. It wasn't related to what I was saying, but the conversation just veered into that for whatever reason. So
women always do that shit.
It just made it really hard for me to just be like, "Yo,
people." But I know what you mean. Don't be saying people. Yeah.
So you women always do that.
So like it was
bitch ass men.
It was hard for me. Not only was it hard, right, but it was late night and I was nowhere near. I was nowhere near home. I was like, I was in another state. I was in Jersey.
Oh no!
So like after the conversation was over, she got the message. I'm like, okay, we're done. I'm like, how do I get home? Like it's after midnight. How the fuck do I get home? Like
was she a ride?
No, I mean I got out there with like, but I was planning to just go in and come back.
Yeah.
Right, but that didn't happen. So I had to take this long ass. I don't even know how long I was walking to finally get to New Jersey Transit Station. Then I wait like an hour and a half for the train, and then I get home. It's like,
was it worth it?
Yeah, it was. It was so worth it. But it was hard, man. It was hard.
No, that's kind
And I was trying to think of things like I was even throwing things like maybe like asking her if I was falling short. Like I was just trying to soften the blow so hard.
Coming up short.
Yeah, like however, coming up short. No, but like
just trying to get her to like.
Yeah, like it's. I felt like I needed to get some. It was weird. I needed some blowback. I needed some.
She was like, "No, you're perfect. I don't understand what you're asking. You're amazing. What do you
like that?" And
why are you asking? Oh, because I ain't shit. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've never had to do that since, and hopefully I never have to do that again because that was hard.
Yo, breakups are tough, bro. Or even just like news like that, like having those type of conversations.
Yeah.
You ever had that conversation?
Well, some breakups are easy.
You ever had that conversation with somebody and they're like, "No."
In high school.
Wait. Yo, they don't believe you?
They're like, "Nah."
Yo, in high school,
I disagree.
In high school, I was dating some girl, and I was like, "Yo, I think we need to go on a break," and she was like, "No." So we didn't go on a break.
Oh, that's funny.
But then summer came, so we broke
You
up.
pussy.
I just had to wait out till the summer, bro.
I did the same thing, bro.
All I had to do was wait out the summer.
And then disappear.
Ola was like, "Yo."
No.
I was like, "Yo, want to break up?" She was like, "Nah." Nah, bro. I was like, "No, I'm serious." She was like, "No."
Yeah,
And I was like, "Okay. So what are we doing tomorrow?"
yeah.
Summertime thing?
Yeah.
Oh, this.
That's funny as hell.
Oh man. Yeah, she would have like.
It's good thing they let us go.
Yeah, right.
Did they? Did they let us go?
We look outside.
Still technically.
In the rain.
Uh,
Oh man.
Having that real breakdown conversation about like people and their habits, and he was like, "I disagree. I don't think I do that." And it's like, "Oh shit." So we're not going to reflect on you at all? We're just going to just...
I just figured that would make it easier. It's like, if you don't want to talk about it, then all right, then we're done. Like, there's nothing to talk about.
Or you're like, "Yo, give me the time and place and the minute that this happened so I can think about what I was thinking when it happened."
Oh, that's...
And it's like...
That's very unrealistic.
Just take the opinion of what I'm...
Just listen to me. There has to be a reason. Even if you don't... Because that's my whole thing. I'm like, even if you don't agree, try to understand my point of view. Like, why I feel like this. Like, you don't have to agree. Who gives a fuck if you don't agree? Mm-hmm. I don't expect you maybe to agree. But just at least try to understand.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I feel like that's one of the key points in relationships. Like, when people ask, like, "What are you looking for? Or what are you attracted to?" Understanding. Because if you don't understand, it's like... fuck are we doing here? Like, you could be cute and all that other extra shit, but if you don't understand,
10-4.
that shit is a jarring... I keep using that word. I don't know why. I'm using jarring a lot.
It's a new word. You saw it in the anime?
I don't know where I saw it.
Jarring.
But I keep using it, yeah. It'd be one word a week that I just kind of consistently use in my conversation.
You heard one of your kids
Jarring
using it, right?
Nah, my kids don't use jarring.
Imagine a kid. Oh, that's jarring.
You'd be surprised. You should come meet them one day whenever we get back in school. Do a whatchamacallit? Do a what's that shit called when you have people come and talk about the career day? Do a career day.
Oh, career day? I do it.
I'll do a career day. I've done career days for my old school.
Yeah, come through. If we ever
go back to school.
I'll
do it on the green screen.
Hi,
and
Chris.
I just put the Matrix.
Do you know what
Prime
is?
Where am I? I'm Neo, everybody. I'm from the Matrix. What the fuck is the Matrix?
It's funny. Steve from the gym, he did career day at his old high school. And, you know, he's a stunt person, so he was actually able to show them shit.
That's
like
hot.
John Wick, things like that. And then they actually acted out, like, the scene. So he had kids, like, fake punch each other. And, like, that was dope.
Man.
I can't do that, but that was a dope-ass career day.
That's fucking dope.
I
look forward to meeting Steve. I'm just going to take a picture with him. He's not going to know why. Well, he's going to know why, but it's like...
He's mad. The fuck are you?
Fuck off me.
Hey, come on,
Steve. He's going to fuck you up. I saw my old teachers from, like, middle school. When I was at my wildest, like... Yeah. When I say wildest, I mean, like, I didn't give a fuck about grades. Yeah. I used to sag my pants. 2 do-rags.
Whoa.
I was terrible.
2 do-rag, one in each back pocket?
One in his back pocket, and I used to have one on my head and didn't tie it.
Oh, you're that guy.
I was that guy.
I used to rock one in the back pocket.
I had my pants used to sag to the point where when I go upstairs, you can see my boxers.
Yeah, that's typical.
Yeah, I used to sag my pants while wearing shoes.
Did you used to sag your pants? Because you're the only... Or wear baggy pants?
I mean, I wore baggy pants, but I'm like sag.
I sag.
And when I told the teacher I made it to college, he was like, "You lying." I was like, "Damn." He was like, "Okay." Anyway, like he just didn't believe me. And I told him I was a teacher. He's like, "Come on with the bullshit." You, a teacher, like he had no faith. And I was like,
wow.
the reason why I was like that in school is because I had teachers like you who had no faith in my character or who I am and shit like that.
I ran into my high school math teacher before I was teaching.
Mr. Cummings.
Well then.
Whoa.
That's his name.
Wait, I had a teacher named Mr. Cummings.
Did he have a...
So did I, man.
Did he have a Vegeta hair?
Was he white?
Nah, he was black. He was older man.
Bayesian? Caribbeanish?
Bayesian.
I don't recall, but
his wife
I remember people liking him a lot at my school.
Was he really tall?
He's taller than me, but this is elementary school.
Everybody was taller than him in elementary school.
It might be the same.
It might be.
I didn't like him.
Oh, it might be, but he had like a beard.
Oh, no. We had 2 different guys.
Oh, yeah.
Because people can't grow beards.
Not Mr. Cummings.
Okay.
Because he's a bitch. He ain't gonna be.
I ran into my high school math teacher right before I was going to teach, and I was like, yo, Mr. Carabano. Yeah, of course you remember me, man. Come on, man. You think he's not going to remember me? I went to Brooklyn Tech, bro. You're going to remember people that are not white or Asian. Always.
All 4 of you guys.
Always, bro.
All 4
But it was funny. I was like, yo, Mr. Carabano, I'm going to be a teacher. And he was like, you?
Yeah.
He was like, no way. I was like, a math teacher.
Fuck you, Miss That's funny. All the worst people became teachers.
I was a bird. I wasn't bad. I don't know, man. It's like, honestly, I don't know how. I didn't study. I would like cram the day before. And the thing with high school is that they used to check homework once a week, maybe. So I just never did my homework.
I didn't have any cultural motivation in school that made me want to be there.
Oh.
And also a lot of the practice that they were trying to enforce on us, I didn't feel we needed. Trigonometry, the American Revolution, Civil War, and shit like that. I didn't really care to learn about it. That
shit went through me. I remember one of my history teachers came up to me and they were like, yo, you come to class every day, you do the homework, like, why is your exam so low?
Because I don't give a fuck.
And I was like, yo, none of this shit sticks. All this shit is mad boring.
Yeah, nah, for real.
And I was like, you know, I got no problem with you. I think you're a good person, but this shit just doesn't stick.
It's like what you're teaching me has no influence on me whatsoever.
That's how I feel about just even all the books that I had to read. Because it's just like, none of this felt like, you know, like it was relevant. It just felt like some random bullshit.
Fallout.
Well then, I don't know any last words, anything y'all wanna part week 3, man? Anything specific we want a footnote?
It's gonna be like
final on in this week.
It's gonna be like Final Fantasy. It's gonna be like coronavirus.
Are we ever gonna stop
17
recording?
I mean,
it's gonna be a Final Fantasy. It's gonna be 17, 18 special edition. We're gonna keep going.
We should do the Roman letters too,
right?
One thing, I guess I'll talk to y'all about this. Maybe we could do this. But whatever, I'll talk after we're done. But I don't know, just any, I guess, closing words before we close out?
Keep washing your hands. It's a mandatory mask clause out there, so you have to wear a mask in the streets. Wear gloves wherever you go. Respect people's space, respect people's privacy.
Don't get coronavirus in your heart.
Stay safe.
What? Oh, we never introduced ourselves. It's the base.
Hey.
LOSO _ G.
DK.
Corona free. Nah, I'm playing. We should probably catch it.
Oh.
I don't go nowhere though, so.
And that's the base.
Except I'm here.
Oh, Ed boy.
That's the base.
Stay corona free, guys.
For real, man. It's crazy out there. It's crazy out there. It's crazy out there. It's crazy out there. It's crazy out there.